respected judges, very worthy branch council members, and dear nice fellows. This is Mohsin Ali from State 6. Dear everyone, smile. Smiling players, smiling team. Smile when trouble pours like rain. Smile when efforts have gone in vain. Smiling players, smiling team. In our life, things happen around us, things happen to us, but the only thing that truly matters is what happens within us. That's what our topic for today is, power of positive thinking. My presentation plan is what positive thinking is, then power of negative thinking, moving on, positive versus negative thinking patterns, then positive thinking switch to negative self-talk, then positive versus negative auto-suggestion, moving on, positive and negative thinking cycle, then 10 traits of positive thinking, then Islamic emphasis on positive thinking, and at the end I will conclude my presentation, recommendations and conclusion. Dear fellow, Thomas Edison tried 1,000 different materials in search of filaments for the search of light bulb. When none of work satisfactorily, his assistant complained, all of our work is in vain. We have learned nothing. Thomas Edison replied very confidently. He said, we have come a long way and we have learned a lot. Now we know there are thousands of elements which we cannot use to make a good light bulb. Moving on, similarly, Colonel Sanders, founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken, was told no by thousands of restaurants and for more than a year. Then he used to live in his car and try to sell his chicken recipe. And the day comes that it is said idiomatically that the positive thinker can achieve the world. It is said idiomatically that the KFC new branch, new franchise is open every hour somewhere in the world. Dear fellow, we can expect that failure doesn't mean you are a failure. It does mean you haven't succeeded yet. Failure doesn't mean you have accomplished nothing. It does mean you have learned something. Failure doesn't mean you don't have it. It does mean you have to do something in a different way. Failure doesn't mean you are inferior. It does mean you are not perfect. Failure doesn't mean you have wasted your life. It does mean you have a reason to start afresh. Failure doesn't mean you should give up. It doesn't mean you should try harder. Failure doesn't mean that you will never make it. It does mean you need to put more effort. You need to put more effort in order to achieve that. You need to put more effort, and failure doesn't mean God has abandoned you. It does mean God has a better order. Here, the power of negative thinking. In order to understand how positive thinking works and how to use it efficiently, it is very important to understand what power of negative thinking is. For some reason, people find it is easier to think in a negative way than in a positive manner. It seems that in order to think in a negative way, there is no effort required, but a little effort required in order to think positive manner. Moving on, how negative thoughts and failures, negative thoughts create doubt, produce unpleasant feelings, make you feel stressed and affect what you do, and then demotivate you, and that confirms failure. This circle goes on and on. Then positive and negative approaches. Negative approach says it will never happen. Positive approach tells it should happen. But the only positive approach tells it will happen. Moving on, here you see what you have to do is you need to increase positive thinking and decrease negative thinking. Positive versus negative thinking patterns. You can see this can be read as God is nowhere or as God is now here. And half closed, half open, half empty, half full. Here, applying positive thinking twist to negative self-talk. Negative self-talk, I have never done it before. Positive, it's an opportunity to learn something new. Negative, there is no way it will work. Positive, I can try to make it work. Negative, it's too complicated. Positive, I will tackle it from a different angle. Negative, there is not enough time. And the positive is, let's reevaluate some alternatives. Moving on. Here is a positive versus negative auto-suggestion. Negative auto-suggestion is, I am tired. And positive says, life is good. Negative, I have a bad memory. Positive says, I am the best in whatever I do. Negative, I am so unlucky. Positive, I am so lucky. Negative, why do bad things always happen to me? Positive, good things always happen to me. Moving on. Here's positive and negative thinking cycle. Positive thinking, good planning and goal setting and target plan that lead to success. Negative, poor planning and goal setting, failure to catch your plan, and that leads to failure. Here are the 10 traits of positive thinkers. Belief, then confidence, courage, calmness, determination. Then enthusiasm, focus, and then integrity, optimism, and patience. Moving on. Positive thinkers are always grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, chapter number 14, verse number 7, if you are grateful, you will surely give you more and more. I will surely give you more and more. And in Sahih Bukhari, I'm according to my servant think of. Here is my conclusion. The mind does not usually judge or examine thoughts and opinions before accepting them. It can be directed to the positive and to the negative thinking. The thoughts are neutral, and the way one thinks determines whether the results are positive or unfavorable or beneficial, or results are negative and unfavorable. So, dear fellow, decide today, and where is this movement? Leave behind negative thinking and starting to the way towards the positive thinking. And soon you will see that your life will turn into fascinating and wonderful journey. Here is my references and acknowledgement. Thank you all. If you have any questions, you reach me at over. I love to answer your questions.
If a person has lost his leg or arm, how can he include positive thinking from that?
All right. Thank you very much. My brother asked, if a person lost his leg or arm, how he say positive? All right. Do you have example of Nick Vujicic? He don't have arms and he don't have legs. His slogan is no arms, no legs, no worries. So you need to stay positive. That thing is change is constant, and you will see there are change. Thank you very much.
a test. And
This word is, I'm sorry,
is a test. And the verb of it after this word. After this word. What do you feel?
could you please repeat the question one more time? I can't get it correct.
This word is a test. And the verb of it after this word. What do you feel about it?
This word is what? Test?
Yes.
This word is a test and the reward is after a line.
After a
What do you mean? He says, what do you think about it? Alright. So, according to Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always deals with people equally. If you do a good deed over here, you will definitely get 10% in this over here and 70% in akhirah. So, if your religion says that, if this religion says that you will reward it at the end, so it means you will be extra rewarded at the end. That you will reward it at that time now as well as the end life, after the life.